Food safety is one of the most essential aspects of public health, yet it is often overlooked in daily life. Ensuring that the food we consume is safe involves a range of practices aimed at preventing foodborne illnesses, contamination, and food-related hazards. This comprehensive guide delves into the importance of food safety, common food safety risks, and the best practices that individuals, food handlers, and organizations can adopt to protect public health. The importance of food safety refers to the practices and measures taken to ensure that food is free from harmful pathogens, contaminants, and other hazards that could cause illness. Poor food handling, preparation, and storage can result in the contamination of food, leading to foodborne diseases that affect millions of people globally every year. Public health concerns. 1. Foodborne illnesses. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, an estimated 600 million people, almost 1 in 10 people worldwide, fall ill after consuming contaminated food each year. 1. The consequences can be severe, leading to hospitalization or even death, particularly in vulnerable populations like children, the elderly, and individuals with weakened immune systems. 2. Economic costs. Foodborne illnesses have a significant economic impact, leading to medical expenses, lost productivity, and disruptions in the food industry. 2. In countries with robust food safety regulations, the economic cost of foodborne diseases can amount to billions of dollars annually. Food safety and global trade. In a globalized world, food is often imported and exported across borders, making food safety a global issue. International trade demands strict food safety standards to prevent the spread of diseases and ensure that food products meet the health requirements of the receiving countries. Regulatory bodies such as the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, and the World Health Organization, WHO, work to establish global food safety standards that facilitate safe food trade. The role of consumers. While governments and industries have a significant role in regulating food safety, consumers also play a critical part. Understanding and practicing food safety at home can help prevent foodborne illnesses. Simple actions like washing hands before handling food, cooking meat to the right temperature, and storing food correctly can make a difference. Common food safety hazards. Understanding the types of hazards that can compromise food safety is crucial in preventing foodborne illnesses. Food safety hazards are generally categorized into 3 main types: biological, chemical, and physical hazards. Biological hazards. Biological hazards are the most common cause of foodborne illnesses. These include bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi that can contaminate food and cause illness when consumed. 1. Bacteria. Some bacteria, such as Salmonella, Escherichia coli, E. coli, and Listeria, can multiply rapidly in food if it's not handled or cooked properly. 1. These bacteria can cause severe gastrointestinal symptoms and may lead to more serious complications. 2. Viruses. Norovirus and hepatitis A are examples of viruses that can contaminate food and cause illness. 2. These viruses are often spread through improper hand hygiene or by consuming contaminated water or raw food. 3. Parasites. Parasites like Toxoplasma and Trichinella can be transmitted through undercooked meat, unwashed produce, or contaminated water. 3. They can lead to serious health problems, particularly in people with weakened immune systems. 4. Fungi. Mold and yeast, while not always harmful, can cause spoilage of food, making it unfit for consumption. 4. Some molds, however, can produce mycotoxins, which are harmful to human health. Chemical hazards. Chemical hazards include contaminants such as pesticides, cleaning agents, food additives, and toxins naturally found in certain foods. Exposure to these chemicals can cause acute poisoning or long-term health problems such as cancer, hormonal disruption, and reproductive issues. 1. Pesticide residues. Improper washing of fruits and vegetables can result in the ingestion of harmful pesticide residues, which can lead to chronic health effects. 2. Food additives. While many food additives are safe when used in regulated amounts, excessive or improper use can cause health problems. 2. For example, sulfites used to preserve dried fruits can trigger allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. 3. Toxins. Some natural foods contain harmful toxins if not properly processed. 3. For instance, pufferfish contain tetrodotoxin, a potent neurotoxin, and certain types of beans contain lectins, which are harmful unless cooked thoroughly. Physical hazards. Physical hazards are foreign objects or materials that accidentally get into food and pose a risk of injury or illness. Common physical hazards include metal shards, glass, bone fragments, and plastic pieces that may be introduced during food processing or preparation. 1. Contamination during processing. Physical hazards are often introduced during the manufacturing or packaging process. 1. For instance, small pieces of machinery may break off and end up in food products. 2. Contamination during preparation. In the kitchen, foreign objects like pieces of jewelry, broken utensils, or hair can accidentally contaminate food. Best practices for ensuring food safety. Maintaining food safety requires a multifaceted approach that covers proper handling, storage, and cooking practices. Whether you're a food handler, a home cook, or a consumer, following these best practices can help reduce the risk of foodborne illnesses. Food handling and preparation. 1. Hand washing. Washing hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds before handling food is one of the most effective ways to prevent contamination. 1. Always wash hands after using the restroom, handling raw meat, or touching pets. 2. Avoid cross-contamination. Cross-contamination occurs when harmful bacteria from raw food, such as meat or poultry, transfer to ready-to-eat food like salads or fruits. 2. To prevent this, use separate cutting boards, utensils, and dishes for raw and cooked foods. 3. Cook food to safe temperatures. Proper cooking kills harmful bacteria and pathogens in food. 3. Use a food thermometer to ensure that meats, poultry, and seafood are cooked to their safe minimum internal temperatures. 3. For example, ground beef should be cooked to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 degrees Celsius, while poultry should reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius. 4. Keep surfaces clean. Regularly clean and disinfect kitchen surfaces, including countertops, cutting boards, and utensils, to prevent the spread of harmful bacteria. Food storage. 1. Refrigeration. Perishable foods like meat, dairy, and eggs should be refrigerated within 2 hours of purchase or preparation. 1. Ensure that your refrigerator is set at 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius, or below to slow the growth of bacteria. 2. Freezing. Freezing food preserves it by slowing down the growth of bacteria, molds, and yeasts. 2. When freezing, wrap food properly to prevent freezer burn, and label items with the date to ensure timely use. 3. Use safe storage practices. Store raw meat, poultry, and seafood on the bottom shelf of the refrigerator to prevent juices from dripping onto other foods. 3. Use airtight containers to prevent cross-contamination and spoilage. Buying and consuming safe food. 1. Check expiry dates. When purchasing packaged food, always check the expiration or best by date to ensure freshness and safety. 2. Inspect food for spoilage. Visually inspect food for signs of spoilage, such as discoloration, foul odor, or mold growth. 2. Discard any food that appears spoiled or has been stored beyond its safe limits. 3. Choose pasteurized products. When buying dairy products, fruit juices, or eggs, opt for pasteurized varieties, as the pasteurization process kills harmful bacteria. Safe food practices for vulnerable populations. Certain groups, such as infants, the elderly, pregnant women, and individuals with weakened immune systems, are more susceptible to foodborne illnesses. Extra care should be taken to ensure the safety of their food. 1. Pregnant women. Avoid consuming raw or undercooked seafood, eggs, and meat, as they can carry bacteria or parasites harmful to both the mother and fetus. 2. Infants. Always use sterilized bottles and feeding equipment, and avoid giving honey to babies under 12 months, as it can contain Clostridium botulinum spores. 3. Immunocompromised individuals. Avoid raw or undercooked foods, as well as unpasteurized dairy products, to minimize the risk of foodborne infections. Government and industry roles in food safety. 1. Regulatory agencies. Government agencies such as the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, in the US and similar organizations worldwide set and enforce food safety standards. 1. These agencies monitor food production, packaging, and distribution to ensure compliance with safety regulations. 2. Industry responsibility. Food producers, processors, and retailers must adhere to food safety standards, implement hazard control measures, such as hazard analysis and critical control points or HACCP systems, and undergo regular inspections to ensure consumer safety. Emerging food safety challenges. While traditional food safety practices address many hazards, emerging challenges require new approaches to ensure continued food safety. Antimicrobial resistance, AMR. The overuse of antibiotics in livestock production has led to the emergence of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. When humans consume food contaminated with these bacteria, it can lead to infections that are harder to treat. Climate change. Climate change impacts food safety by altering growing conditions for crops and increasing the risk of contamination. Higher temperatures can facilitate the growth of bacteria in food, while extreme weather events can disrupt food supply chains, leading to unsafe handling and storage practices. 3. Globalization. As the global food supply chain becomes more complex, the risk of contamination at multiple points along the journey increases. Ensuring that food remains safe from farm to table is a growing challenge in a globalized world. Food safety is a shared responsibility among governments, industries, and consumers. By understanding the risks and following best practices for handling, preparing, and storing food, we can reduce the likelihood of foodborne illnesses and protect public health. Whether you are at home or dining out, taking proactive steps to ensure food safety not only safeguards your health but also contributes to the well-being of others. Ultimately, maintaining food safety is crucial for the health and sustainability of our global food system.